Alright, hi guys, it's Angelina from Sparkling Diva. Hang on, I have to sit down. I've got a reading for you ladies about you in relationships and love, your strong and weak points, the themes that run through your relationships, what the cause of them is, what you can do about it. And yeah, that's it. So you can choose 3 readings between 3. The first one, excuse me, is well, you can just choose the number, of course. It's 1, 2, 3, or you can go with the figurines. This is Magdalene, and well, she's all about feminine energy, particularly concerning relationships and equality of the feminine and masculine in relationship, in love. Also loving sexuality, that's also what Mary Magdalene is about. Numbers 2 is Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi. She's about wealth and fortune and prosperity. And the last one, number 3, is Anuket, and she's a goddess of the Nile, the inundation of the Nile, and meaning she is a goddess of fertility, because when the Nile flooded, it made the lands around the river fertile, so people could have food and, you know, have something to eat. So she's a goddess of fertility in a sense. So you can choose 1, 2, 3. I'll give you a little bit of time and then I want to get going. Before I start, I have used the tarot of sexual magic. There is nothing sexual about the reading, but if you have a problem with the images of the card, then I suggest you stop watching the video. Also, if you're under 18, then this is also not for you. Right? Okay, I'm going to start. I start here, which is what you bring to a relationship in general, the strong points, so to speak. And then you see, well, these people, this couple, is very passionate, making love very passionately, without any without holding back. Very passionate, and this is the Queen of Wands. So this is also about commitment, being committed, both parties being very committed. So I think if you chose this, what you bring to a relationship is that you're very open and passionate about it, and you do commit. When you are in a relationship, you do commit. You give it, when you look at that picture, I hope you can see that. I've got a bright light going here. it's blinding me even. What was I going to say? It's just a lot of enthusiasm. She's very open as well. She's given it her all. She's not holding anything back. She's in it 100%, totally committed. So that is your strength in what you bring to a relationship. That's probably part of your personality. Very open and trusting, likely as well, and very passionate. Can also be that you get into a relationship, into a serious relationship quite fast, quite easily, because you don't hold back. You know what you want, and yeah, you give it your all. Let's see the weak points. See if I can get move over a tiny little bit. For these cards, the sexual magic tarot, I usually don't go by the swords or whatever. I just look at the imagery. And if I look at this woman here, it looks to me that she's not really enjoying what's going on, but she's allowing it to happen anyway. She's not doing anything to stop it, she's going along with it. And this card, if you can see that, let me see, this should be clear. There's a gate, and they are standing in front of that, in front of the gate, and he's looking he's looking well, the other direction, as if he's about to be off, and she's standing in front of that gate. And yeah, it always gives me the impression that she's trying to well, not argue, but she's trying to convince this man to stay. And in the background there's trees, the leaves are falling off the tree, like in autumn, which sort of tells me that a relationship is past its sell-by date. It's basically over. But she's still trying to talk him into it, trying to convince him to stay, to make it work, and to give it another go. And well, if you combine that with a woman here not really being happy in the relationship anymore, but she's still not walking away, she's still allowing things to happen to her even though it doesn't please her, then I think that's a weak point, mate, for you, that you tend to overstay your welcome in a relationship, that you don't see when basically it's done and you should just leave and not try to make it work anymore. Yeah, there's something else came to mind just now, but now it's gone again. Maybe it will come to me again. It can also be that you, this card especially, when you allow things to happen that you don't like, it can also mean that you have to speak your mind. He doesn't know. He's thinking that you're having a good time. Otherwise he probably wouldn't do this either. So you have to learn to communicate more when there's something going on in a relationship you don't like, as opposed to letting things happen. Because then in the end you are trying to talk, but then it's too late. Then things have escalated too much. So the next, number 3, the theme for you in relationships is temperance. And then you can see her pouring liquid from one flask into another. And yeah, this is also about harmonizing relationships. I think you may have a tendency to try to please the other person no matter what. Again, like with this card, you don't speak up when, not really, when you're not happy about something that's going on. You try to balance it anyway, regardless of what's going on. You still try to find balance and make things work. Try to avoid conflict. Try to keep the harmony in the relationship. But that's not, yeah, that's not healthy. You know, it's healthy to try and, you know, avoid conflict, but not at your own expense. If something is not working out for you, you should speak up. So I think this weak thing, so to speak, the weak point, the weakest link, is also a theme for you. Quite the theme, because this is a major arcana card, the Temperance. So it's quite a big lesson for you, probably. Number 4, the cause of that, where you are that way. Well, first of all, I hope there is no glare. I'm trying to hold them up the right way for you so you can see. This is the Queen of Wands, meaning you are very open, trusting soul. You've got a lot of love to give, and you like to be loved and to receive love, and you are a very beautiful person in a sense. You are very radiant. You are, there's love oozing out of you, so to speak. Very attractive to men, and there is the risk. There is this risk of the Queen of Cups that you don't have healthy boundaries, that you lose yourself in a situation. And when it comes to the moon, excuse me, the moon card is about typically about fears and illusions, and in moonlight is not as bright as sunlight, right? It's just reflection. So seeing things that are not necessarily true, seeing things the way you like them to be, not seeing the reality of the situation. I get a feeling with this card that you are so trusting and so open that you very soon, in very early stages of a relationship, you feel that everything is hunky-dory, is working out, and that it is a committed relationship, while the other person may not even be that far yet, or not interested in that at all. Yet you feel that way, you think that way, because you are so loving and trusting and open. I think you have to protect yourself a bit more, because the Queen of Cups, if you are so open and loving, and then that will attract a whole lot of men, including the ones you should not attract, the ones who are emotionally unavailable. You might likely attract these men very easily. Emotionally unavailable people. And if you're watching and you're a male, then the other way around, then you might have a tendency to attract women that are emotionally unavailable. And you don't easily see that, because you have this moonlight. You think it is okay, that everything is wonderful, and that you are in this glorious relationship. So you have to be a bit more realistic and careful, because otherwise you're going to get hurt over and over again. And I got a few more cards from the Green Witch Tarot. Yeah, you have it. I'm holding them up. I think that this should be clear. The Knight of Cups. I think whenever there is an offer, a love offer, so to speak, from someone who looks the part and who behaves the part, seems really serious and interested in you, etc., etc., you get all enthusiastic. This is the Ace of Wands, and you get that spark of joy and passion, and you're really going for it. You're basically sold. And this is Two of Wands, and then you think, you're already looking at the future, seeing a future for the two of you. So too easily losing yourself. I'm trying to see how to phrase this. You lose track of reality. You are so enthusiastic here as well, and that is a strong point, that you are enthusiastic and open and trusting and passionate and so committed and willing, able to commit, etc., etc. That is your strong point. But you mustn't lose. You have to be careful to not get involved with the wrong person. You know that one nice offer, suggestion, or whatever doesn't mean that someone is going to indeed build a future with you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to phrase it, but I can't find the right words. Yeah, you're falling for someone deeply too soon, when you do not really have enough reason to do so. A bit unrealistic. So you might end up getting hurt a lot because of that. So you have to dim it a bit and be a bit more realistic before you jump in head over heels. Yeah, jump in head first and then later on find out that it wasn't all that wonderful, that sort of thing. I hope that is clear, because to me the message is crystal clear. The last one, what type, no, sorry. The solving it, there's two cards, the Cups 7 and the Cups of 5, which is really interesting. Yeah, this one, I like this card. I hope you can see it. I'm trying to get it right without glare. This is about wooing and intoxication, romancing, the candles and pretty flowers and stuff, and he's making a serious effort. He's treating her like a goddess, so to speak, because yeah, he's smitten with her. He's making an effort. That's the vibe I get from this card. He's making a serious effort to impress her, to make her his girl, you know, to this is a guy who gives a shit. This is the right guy. So that's what you have to look for, a man who does make an effort for you, who takes the time to please you, to woo you, to romance you, and takes the time for you, to spend time with you, to be there for you, who is totally nuts about you, and you know, and I see that in this card too, although this is slightly different. 5 of Cups, they're in this fountain pond thing. It always reminds me a bit of a bathtub. Yeah, but there is a face in here, and to me that is the past. You have to leave the past behind, pains from the past, whatever. You have to let it go, not hold on to that. Don't let it scare you or anything in matters of the heart. Even though you probably got hurt quite a lot, but don't let that affect you too much. Let go of that. That's in the past, right? And there is this guy. He's on his knees and he's offering you these flowers. And so again, a man who is making a serious effort for you. He's on his knees for you. He's there for you. He's romancing and yeah, offering you these flowers and love and likely wanting to be with you. So that's the kind of guy you're looking for. You have to be more realistic and only go there when a guy is like that. And let go of your past pains and fears of getting hurt again. You might have to work on that before you are able to do that, because that is still burning. There's this fire there. I don't know why. It's a bit odd, but it's still burning. So it's still hurting you. It's still affecting you. So you have to let go of that. So you can also be open when this dedicated guy comes along who wants to sweep you off your feet. You have to let go of the fears. Be a bit more realistic. Yeah, right. I hope that resonates for you guys. If you choose numbers 1, then I'm going to move on to number 2, Lakshmi. What is the strong point, the strength that you bring in a relationship? I need a bit of a drink. Now this was reversed, which I never do this deck reversed at all, ever. This is the King of Pentacles, and this is 5 of Pentacles. feel, guys. A lot of romance. A lot of romance and very feminine energy. Really very feminine energy. I think you're very open to receiving this Prince Charming energy, this masculine energy. You like that, but then there is this card, and it was reversed, but when it's upright, it's about well, the woman doesn't look too happy. She's intimidated. She might be overwhelmed or afraid because of him, because he is a bit coming on. He's coming on too strong. Coming on too strong, and she is not really liking that at all. It's just odd that this is the strong point of it. When reversed, let's see what the weak is. The weak point is also being overwhelmed. This is pretty weird. Are you not seeing it? Hang on, I'm gonna come back at this in a minute. Let me see what kicks in intuitively. I move on because this is the Knight of Pentacles again. This is all Pentacles. So we have the King, the Knight, and the Knave of Pentacles. That is super cool. And then in Pentacles 5. This is this. Oh, you can see that. It's the Knight of Pentacles. He's offering her this fruit. I think a lemon, or yeah. And it's green. It's not ripe. You can't do anything with it yet. But she's about to accept it, regardless. But this is going to take time. It can also be that it will never become. Do you want a lemon? You know, the guy looks really great. He looks attractive and sweet and loving and like a real Prince Charming on his horse. You know, the guy that you really want to walk into the sunset with, right? But he's offering her a lemon. I wouldn't be happy if a bloke gave me a lemon. I'd rather have something else, like if it's going to be fruit, then maybe a pineapple or whatever, but not a lemon. Who wants to eat a lemon? So it could be that you easily fall for good-looking men who look the part and behave nicely and are very impressive, kind of guy you want to take home to show your mum and all that stuff, you know. And but is he actually really all that great? If he was, he wouldn't give you a freaking lemon. He'd come up with something else. Roses. But a lemon. And then again here, this is also, let me see again. Yeah, like control. He is sort of forcing her. He's holding her and pouring that drink into her mouth. And she's allowing it to happen. It's just running out of her mouth again because it's too much, but apparently he just keeps pouring, not really giving a toss. Like she can't even drink it all. That's one way of seeing this card, but this in this reading I do see it that way. And there's another glass, an empty glass, so he's already given her one drink, and then he's doing another, and maybe he's going to give her the third glass as well, kind of making you wonder what on earth is he going to do to her when she's drunk? And she's just letting it happen. She's not resisting. She's accepting the lemon, thinking like, oh wow, this dude, he's giving me this pressy. Wonderful. This is a great guy. He looks good. Wow, I won the lottery this time. Look at that man. He looks great. But he isn't. I think that maybe you just aren't really standing your power in a relationship. You Jesus, how do you phrase that in a friendly way? If a guy is you might have a tendency to end up in abusive relationships because you are you lack strength on the inside, so you look for strength on the outside. Can also be that you are simply too easily impressed by one of these smooth talkers, you know, this guy that looks the part and tells you all these wonderful stories and whispers in your ears and blah blah blah, and then in the end you get this, he is totally taken all control from you. I don't like this. This is not giving me a very nice feeling, to be honest. I hope you women, if you're looking at this, if you chose this second set, that you can relate to that. Lacking inner strength, you allow things to happen to you. You get blinded too easily by a smooth talker, a guy that looks the part and who woos you and makes you feel like you're really his goddess, his all, but in the end you're not. Then you find out you're not. That's because you lack inner strength. And if this was your strength, you are very sweet and very feminine, almost girly, I think. And you like romancing. You're so open to that. You want to be romanced and wooed and treated like a princess. And you have that dream as well. Keep that dream alive. Keep that dream alive by all means. And this, again, there is this intimidation, this fear. You know, there's this dude with this thinking he's God's gift to women. But he's not. He's just an asshole, basically. He's intimidating you. He's scaring the hell out of you. Or just intimidating you, making you feel unworthy. How the hell that is your strength? I don't know. I'm going to move on. I'm sorry. Otherwise it's going to take too long to get the entire reading done. Maybe in a minute something will come to me. The theme for you in relationships. Four of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles. Pentacles is also the relates to the solar plexus, which has an awful lot to do with confidence, willpower, self-esteem, self-confidence, all that stuff. So apparently that is a theme for you, because so far each card has been a Pentacle card. This is number 4, Pentacles 4. The lady, yeah, again, allowing things to happen to her. This is the same, your theme in relationships, love relationships throughout life. Yeah, that's the feeling I get with this card. It's like she's just laying there. She even raised her arm, so he has more access to whatever he wants, and she is allowing everything to happen. She even dressed up for him in put on pretty lingerie. She is reclining, and she is just allowing him to, you know, pleasure her. Or, but yeah, does she look pleased? She doesn't look so happy or pleased to me at all. So again, allowing things to happen to you. maybe being overwhelmed, and she doesn't look intimidated per se, but she's also not standing up for herself. I always get a bit of the impression that she's just a bit lazy. Maybe you find it easier to be this way, to let someone else have all the control so you don't have to do that. But I think this is a huge theme for you in relationships, because so far it has come up with all the cards that you allow things to happen, and you allow the guy to rule the party, so to speak. But for some reason or other, you probably need that. It can be easier, so you don't have to stand up for yourself and do it all yourself. The cause of that. Okay. This is the Lover's card, and well, it's about choices. And this card, the Pentacle, no, Swords 3. Yeah, well, there is this guy. He's completely absorbed and smitten with this woman here, and the other woman is on the outside looking in, not really happy. I think you have either been cheated upon in the past, or you've always felt second best for whatever reason. It could go back to childhood issues even, so not necessarily the cause being a love relationship, but it could also, choices, not being good enough, again, Pentacles, self-esteem, solar plexus issues. And it is a big thing, because this is a major arcana card, the Lovers. And just not feeling good enough. And I think someone, if this is to do with a love relationship, I think someone did cheat on you, and that hurt you really bad. And maybe that's why you got so scared to speak up and stand up for yourself, that if you do that in a relationship, that the guy will be off. Or it left you feeling so unworthy, so unlovable, that you now put up with these assholes that, well, I'm sorry, excuse my French, but men who don't really respect you and don't treat you right. These are not giving you what you really want. You want this. You want this. You want to be treated like a princess, like a woman, like someone who matters. And if you see this card, this one, they're fully dressed. So you want to be seen for who you are. Totally loved and respected and honored as a woman, cherished, romanced. But this happened, something bad happened that hurt you so bad that you now attract all these wrong men into your life. Solving it. I love this card. Let's see if I can get it clear. Again, these are the man and woman fully dressed. And this is 3 of Wands. Again, this is the way I see it is total love. He is just really committed to her. He's smitten with her. He's going for her. She's totally into him, and it's not sexual. This is equal. These are both are equal. So none of this crap is going on between, the overwhelmment and basically allowing someone to force you to do things or drink things and whatever. This is equal. This is what you want. But then you have to, the hermit. You have to go inward and stay true to your own self. Be you, be authentic. That's what this card always tells me too. Be authentic, be real, be you. Do not compromise, no matter what. You know, you're better off single than in a relationship where you are treated like this, where you are treated like shit, basically. Sorry again, you know, excuse my French, but do you want this? You know, you can have that. This is what you want. The princess treatment. The guy who is going for you completely. So then you have to be authentic. Then in order to be authentic, you have to know who you are. And then you can find your inner strength again. So do work on that. Go inwards. Find your true self, who you are, what you stand for, what you will put up with and what not. And then do not put up with it anymore. And then stay true to yourself and only go for a guy who treats you like this, who respects you and who loves you as an equal. Right. Oh, I think that sums it up enough in spite of that first card. Yeah, we're going to go on with the last set. Your strength in relationships. The Hierophant, the Wands 4, and the High Priestess. So your femininity, intuition, and harmony, balance. This is also wedding card. Wands 4. You're also committed. You want that. You know what you want. You're balanced inside as well. This Hierophant says that too. You know what you want. You're an all woman. You really know what you want. You're in touch with your intuition, with your higher self, with who you are, what you want in life. And yeah, loyalty and respect, and you want that connection, you want the commitment, you want the fun as well. You're playful, you have fun, this fun, playful energy. But you are loyal. You are loyal. You want just a one partner. And you're really very feminine. Deep ground, intuition, feminine energy. And a lot of wisdom. I feel you really are strong. You really are strong. I think you also want to keep your own space within a relationship. When you're in a relationship, you want to have a committed relationship, exclusive relationship, but you do need your own space to do your own thing. Weak links. I hardly ever get that card. I love it. It's Chalices 2, and this is the Devil. So this is not the weakest link. Sorry, your weakness, so to speak, in a relationship. I have to think about that because this Major Arcana card, the Devil. Well, I have no problem with sexuality or this deck, but this is slightly distracting. The Devil. This is a beautiful card. These two people sharing completely. This is total, complete, utter love. It's the mini version of the Lovers, basically. It's completely wonderful. But maybe because of the Devil, and there's a whole lot of people partying there in the background, dancing and stuff. Maybe you let yourself get seduced too easily, regardless. Let me come back to that in a minute, see what the rest of it is. Number 3, the theme in a relationship. See if you can. A the message with this card is quite peculiar. It's a 7 of Wands, by the way. Let me get that for you. Read it out. Doubts and suspicions dissolve in the sunlight. Clarity illuminates feelings and situations. Yeah, it's you still have these strong thingies, these strengths, and this is like problems making it up and finding comfort in a man's arms. And I get a sense that you get swept off your feet too easily, even though you know what you want. Like I said here, seduced too easily, falling too easily. Here too, this always makes me feel as if she's crying and needs comfort, and he's holding her to give her that comfort, and she's bawling her eyes out, and they're making up, or they're breaking up, or whatever. It's like I get a feeling that you fall for relationships with men too easily. Yeah, here too is the you're allowing yourself to be. Well, he's feeding her these fruits, and she's just reclining, laying there, enjoying it, and it's all wonderful, but there's not necessarily a commitment there. There's this letter in the background, so either one of them can just leave whenever they want to. Don't know if you can see that. There's the letter. And this is the Queen of Swords, and she's staring at this image of this man in a uniform, and a past lover, and the King of Wands. Did you lose someone? No, this was for the cause of this. Yeah, I think you're not making more of it than maybe you're holding back too much. Because this woman, the Queen of Queen of Swords, she's not completely. She doesn't look warm and loving and caring. She's still staring at this image of an ex-partner. She is not let go of. Hurt in the past. She's getting comforted again by the King of Wands. You know, this doesn't look like a happy couple. Something is up, and she's crying, and he's holding her, comforting her. But I always get a feeling that they're going to break up. So you want this commitment stuff. Maybe I'm actually getting the feeling that you are too do not give enough of yourself, not the real you. Yeah, see, there is again this pain from the past. How to solve it? Again, this looks like being comforted. In actual fact, this is Pentacles 1. Again, Pentacles. Unbelievable. This is actually a couple being very close and very intimate after intercourse. But then there is this 10 of Swords, the woman, and she is not looking happy. Like the Ten of Swords is never a happy card. In the background there's a couple making love, so I think you have been seriously hurt in the past, and that has stopped you from giving yourself completely. You up to a point you do, but you're very reluctant to really open your heart and to give your heart. It's so you have to let go of what happened in the past, and this is lovely. But again, she's not, her legs are in between them. So again, it's distance, keeping your distance. That's a bit what I was looking for. Keeping your distance. So you do share, but not completely. Not completely. Yeah. Well, sorry, this is a bit vague. I think you want this total dedication and love. But I think you have been hurt really bad in the past. Maybe found out that you were just being used by someone for their pleasure, and that has kept you. That made you strong. You came out stronger, and but you have to learn to open your heart again and get over that pain, what happened, so you can be truly happy in this relationship at some point again. To share true intimacy, completely trusting and relaxed and in love, divinely watched. I hope that resonated with you. Please leave me some feedback. My camera is about to die on me. The battery is about to run out. I hope this third one, I hope you still got some messages out of that and help as well. So please leave me some feedback, because I'd really like to know as well. And well, then I'll see you soon with another reading. And well, wishing you a really wonderful day. Bye.